Alright guys, welcome back. Sorry about the delay. Had a couple issues, had to remake the game. But we are into game 2. It is the finals of Dominate Dominion number 79. Clueless versus It's Fast, It's Fun. Clueless currently up 1-0 after a very strong windmill fight last game. Snowballed them through the entire rest of the game. I am RheingoldRiver, casting with me as Nyx to take you through game 2. Can It's Fast, It's Fun tie it up at 1-1? Or is Clueless going to close it out at 2-0?
So we see some very common bans here. Initially through the chat bans, we see Kayle, Kassadin, Teemo, Kha'Zix. Kayle, extremely powerful last game. Teemo demonstrating why she is a very strong champion to pick or ban out. Kassadin is just being Kassadin, banned out typically against strong players who know the champion well. Teemo, generally just annoying in general, provides wards in a wardless map. A very strong jungle control that they don't want allowed through. And Kha'Zix will probably never see the light of tournament day because of his ability to assassinate a single target and then just leap out of danger in an instant.
Yeah.
Very typical bans. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say Kha'Zix is really strong.
Yes, very, very strong assassin. Basically pushes out all other assassins of his kind, like Talon, Zed, generally do not compare to Kha'Zix. So he gets banned out very often. We see on team It's Fast, It's Fun.
It's Fast, It's Fun.
I want to call them Too Fast, Too Fun.
Call it If.
If. It just sounds weird, If. If banning out an interesting suite of champions, Zyra, Sejuani, and Brand. Hype People is very well known for his Sejuani play. Demonstrated that Sejuani is a very strong pick before her rework. And then after her rework, just plays her quite a bit. Very strong bruiser or initiator if you need one. So they're banning that out from Hype Peoples. Nidalee, Wukong, and Pantheon are banned out by Team Clueless. Nidalee, extremely powerful. Parker's a very strong Nidalee player. Panzers plays a very strong Wukong and Pantheon, so those got banned out from so he does not have access to them.
There's the Insolot Cassiopeia for Tay.
Yes, Insolot Cassiopeia, probably going to go to Teemo, demonstrate that he has a very strong Cassiopeia. Urgot can either go to Half-Hearted or Sauron, very strong players, both on that champion. Half-Hearted, probably not as strong as Sauron is on Urgot, but still very, very far up there in terms of Urgot players. Even I'm a terrible Urgot player. I get killed by Shakos when I play Urgot, so you don't want to see me playing Urgot. I would like to say that Jace made it through picks and bans and has not been picked yet. So we'll see if...
No, Kassadin didn't. Kassadin does this every game.
Zalans likes to troll a bit. We see Fancy Wolf picking up Vi, so it'll be interesting to see if they go for a double bruiser engage with both Jarvan and Vi just dunking one target.
I'm really glad to see that Leona.
Zounds on Leona, very strong play there. Very strong champion for Zounds. We'll see if he can demonstrate that again against Clueless. Let's see if Baby Poop and Baby Pop. I always call him Baby Poop. I feel bad for the guy. Baby Pop hovering over Malzahar. Probably gonna be a bottom lane pick for Sauron there. Not quite sure yet. Teemo probably gonna pick an initiator, or they might just go for a pure kite comp.
Lulu does really well against Leona.
Really?
Yeah. Lulu has good disengage and good kite, and it's not as good against Leona in Dominion as it is in Summoner's Rift. In Summoner's Rift in the laning phase, Leona can't really do anything against Lulu at all. And in Dominion, you get the level 6 really fast, and you don't necessarily have to be that close to Lulu. But it's still going to be hard for Zounds to actually run up and be able to even get in range for an E necessarily. If People is able to put a strategic help picks so that he can actually get a really long range glitter lance onto Zounds, he might not even be able to ever get in range.
That's very true. It looks like Team Clueless is going for a heavy kite comp. They have Terra Capacitor for slows on Urgot. They have Cassiopeia's Miasma and Petrifying Gaze to stun entire teams, and Lulu's Glitterlands to kite entire teams with slows. We'll see what Sauron picks to round out that team. I'm not sure if Malzahar will go top or bottom yet. It looks like Carnival is going to pick up Annie again.
Maokai is still untouched.
Maokai still untouched, as well as Jace. Jace,
yeah,
not banned or picked. Looks like he has fallen out of favor in general for a lot of teams these days. We see Parker's picking up Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw, very strong 1v1er in the bottom lane, has a lot of different steroids in terms of magic damage and physical damage. So we'll see if
that's Wits End Frozen Mallet Kog'Maw, right? Is that?
That seems to be the build of choice these days. Throwing in a splash of lifesteal with the Sanguine Blade, particularly the Sanguine Blade's buffs recently. So we might see him splash that in there. But yes, the general build is Wits End into Frozen Mallet. It becomes extremely difficult to get anywhere near Kog'Maw.
Kog'Maw.
Wow. Just completely forgot his name there for a second. So we do see Sauron on Malzahar. So this is another lane.
Of the Void?
Uh-huh.
What's his title? Because I thought you were going to try to say his title, and so I couldn't help you out with that. But now I'm trying to remember what his title is. I think it's like the Mouth of the Void or something like that.
I think it's like Mouth of the Abyss. For some reason, he's not like actually. He's not. His title doesn't associate him with the Void, but his lore does. So.
I see. Alright, I have to look this up. Prophet of the Void? What? That's Malzahar.
Yeah, Malzahar is the prophet. So High Peoples learn to...
Kog'Maw, the Mouth of the Abyss. You're good.
High Peoples needs to learn to conversate and before he jumps into conversations here. So, oh snap. Yeah, I went there. Anyway, but yeah, so Kog'Maw, strong bottom laner. The thing about the Kog'Maw and Malzahar champion matchup here is that if Kog'Maw missteps, what was it? Null Void.
Nether Grasp. Wait, sorry. Nether Grasp is the Malzahar ult.
Null Void. Well, see, Malzahar has a very distinct combo where you drop the Null Zone and then you pin them on top of it with another. If you see a Malzahar 1v1 somebody, and they don't drop the Null Zone, with the Nether Grasp combination, then that Malzahar is a very inexperienced Malzahar. That is how you can differentiate good Malzahars from bad ones. Great ones drop the Q, which is the Call of the Void, with Malefic Visions, and then the Null Zone with another Grasp on top, getting a full combination of cooldowns onto one champion, and it usually annihilates any champion, particularly in the late game. So Parkhurst has to be very careful here as to where he steps.
Or get a QSS eventually.
Yeah, the QSS will help a bit as well. Not to mention, since it's a very standard build for Kog'Maw is Wits End, he gets a little bit more resistances from there as well. We can see that Amumu is picked up for a very strong AoE composition for Team Clueless here. They have basically a press R to win team in terms of Lulu, Cassiopeia, and Amumu here. Their ultimates combined amount for a lot of CC, particularly when it's staggered out. Amumu is 2 seconds of non-movement and non-attacking. Lulu is a pop-up and an AoE, and Cassiopeia is a 2-second stun for everyone who faces her. So it's an extremely powerful AoE ultimate composition there. Not to mention, again, they have a lot of shred between their champions. They have Amumu's passive, which is Curse of the Sad Mummy, and then which lowers resistances, which will help you dish out more and more damage over time. And then Urgot's Corrosive Charge, which shreds armor. So Fancy Wolf's armor buff from his Demacian Standard will not be as strong as it should be. So we'll see if he can, if Half-Hearted can use that to his advantage and rip through Jarvan's armor. And so we'll see if Clueless can take this in a 2-0-1 or a 2-0, or if Team if will,
or if can close it out at 1-1, bringing it to game 3.
Their name is too complicated. Just yet like 2 to 3 syllable names, people. Like Clueless, 2 syllable. Like awesome. Sofonda.
Well, they started out as G3v3G. So they're not being nice to us with their team names at all.
So we'll see how It's Fast, It's Fun responds to their loss. See if they can kind of recover from that, see where they went wrong, and then apply that knowledge to the next game here. Although I do put this heavily in favor of Clueless, just due to their kite composition. If Vi, Leona, or Jarvan do not have a clean engage, they are going to get punished heavily for their mistake. So they have to be very careful when they use their flag and drag combo from Jarvan, or Vault Breaker, or Zenith Blade.
I think they need to not lose the windmill fight so hard. For it's Fast as Fun. They lost the windmill fight pretty hard last game, and it really all snowballed back from there. So if they can get a really hard engage, and they have the potential of doing that early on, then they might actually just be able to establish control and hold on to it.
Yeah, although, I don't know, Clueless has a very poke-heavy composition here with Urgot, Lulu, and Cassiopeia. So Baby Pop can just sit there, wait for someone to get low, and then throw out the bandage toss to isolate a target to focus down, and we'll see if they can do that. So it does look like Kog'Maw is going bottom lane against Sauron's Malzahar, so we'll see if that actually plays out. Kog'Maw going for no boots here, just a dagger and a prospector blade, so that'll be interesting. See, I think he's just rushing the good old Wit's End as fast as possible. You see the kite comp. The kite comp. Yeah, kite comp for Clueless is taking effect here. You can see just a lot of poking going out as fast as possible. Zounds getting the Zenith Blade onto Taeyu there.
The exhaust comes down. There's a knockup. Probably goes down onto Fancy. Will take. It goes down almost immediately. Maybe he's still in the middle doing a lot of AoE damage. The exhaust onto Panzer's. Panzer's running away a little bit. Zounds is potting off right now. He does not want to be in the fight. Finally, Vi is going to go down. There's an EQ knockup. Gets onto 2 from Fancy. Well, Bebe is still alive, and everyone's pretty much just ignoring him. He's picked up 1 kill. He's almost going to pick up the second one, but does finally go down. Half-Hearted picks up a kill and defense. And Tay comes back up a double kill from Peoples, and Panzer's is not going to be able to get here before. Actually, he is going to be able to get here before the cap, but what am I saying? Good kite backwards from Peoples with that glitter lens. Half-Hearted is capping. There's the dive in from the Zounds. Half-Hearted stops the cap to try and go onto Zounds. Zounds pretty tanky right now. Carnival coming in from the other side. Actually, Flash gets the stun onto Half-Hearted, but Half-Hearted is going to be able to make it over the health relic. So that Flash did not do what it was supposed to. Polly comes down from Lulu. Panzer's now diving onto people. People stun up for a bit. That's going to be Cassiopeia going down to Jarvan. Carnival is still taking a potion, not dying to the poison from Cass. And Bebe channeling the point. Fancy Wolf trying to get there for the interrupt. Gets the Q and the E, but he's going to go down with no interrupt at all. And Vi off to the side needs to run away from the minions, but the Mumu bandage toss comes in and Pansy's going to go down. Windmill fight once again won by Clueless.
So the windmill fight went a little bit better here for If. They did blow a few more revives last time, but still High Peoples and Half-Hearted have the revive up. So we'll see if they can try and use that to eventually try and fight a 4v4, which can eventually turn into a 4v6 because of the 2 revives that are left over. A Parker's just farming up as best as he can. Bottom lane, gonna recall here. Looks like he's probably gonna pick up. Well, he's picking up the recurve bow and some boots. But yeah, he's rushing that last whisper to try and get as much magic resistance as possible here. But again, you saw the part where terrible engages, or not terrible engages, but not very good engages against Clueless there by...
And there's the amazing engage by Clueless. able to get the kill onto Jarvan and also chasing down onto Zan. Zan goes down to Cassiopeia. Meanwhile, Annie was able to gank bot lane and picked up a kill on Malzahar, but Sauron has that revive, so he just walked straight back to lane.
Yeah, so that's why the importance of a revive there for bottom lane, that you will get ganked and you will get ganked often. So you have the revive to kind of correct that, because it's not technically a mistake, just because it happens. It's something that's very natural. It looks like High Fuels is getting caught out here. Gets taken out by Kog'Maw. Earlier we saw in the jungle skirmish, we saw the combination of both Amumu and Cassiopeia that I was talking about earlier, using the wombo combo of the ult to lock down 2 champions and clean them up without any trouble.
Amumu coming in, Zans tries to go aggro on a half-heart. Half-heart looks like he is going to go down, the kill goes over to Jarvan. Good solar flare from Zans, but Fancy Wolf goes down, drops Cataclysm traps for a little bit, but looks like they're not going to be able to fight this 2v3, definitely not be able to take down the windmill. People's getting stunned a little bit. Zans actually going to go in on that. Tails off to the side, so he's decently safe for now, but they're getting the time to get the waves that they need, so this wave is never going to start to actually accumulate. And half-heart coming from the side, and he goes down immediately, chasing down to Panthers. Bebe should be able to get a bandage toss in 5 seconds here if they're still changing, but he is just going to say, you know what, I don't care, I'm going to recall on the altar as Peoples pursues a little bit.
Zalm getting left alone, Fancy Wolf trying to help him out there. Teo getting jumped on by Fancy Wolf. Fancy Wolf dropping him dangerously low, the Ignite taking down on Fancy Wolf. Half-Hearted getting exhausted, Half-Hearted proving why Urgot is fair and balanced there. And then bottom lane, you can see the combination between Sauron's abilities that I was talking about earlier, but then 2 damage from the Kog'Maw passive is going to blow him. Incantia's Surprise is going to blow him away.
I think thought I'm confused about that Tibbers. I don't exactly know what the deal with that Tibbers was, but the refinery did just get neutralized.
Carnival tried to give High Peoples a hug with Tibbers, but it did not quite work out as there were 2 people there, and I believe an exhaust was used before Tibbers came out. So Carnival not exactly the best there.
I thought he was predicting Bebe to bandage toss in, but then because Bebe didn't, the Tibbers was just not in the right place.
That could be very well true. In terms of kills, you can see Clueless is just dominating here. Fancy Wolf jumping in.
Leona does come in with that ult. Pantheon taking very low. There's the Lulu ult comes across. Bebe has just so much damage if you ignore him, which they really are doing. Half-Hearted gets one. Actually, Bebe was the one to pick that up, and they're just waiting for the cooldowns to come up so that they can pick off Sounds also. There's the cooldown. There's the other cooldown. It's a double kill for Bebe.
Yeah, so again, you saw the combination of the ults there from both Bebe, Pop, and Teo, and then they combined it with Lulu there for maximum effectiveness. Just immediately wiped out. The only person that died was Teo, and they basically had to blow everything there. Cataclysm, Assault and Battery, and Solar Flare just to kill 1 champion. So this does not spell good news for It's Fast, It's Fun.
Huge wave top lane got the neutral, but Half-Hearted is just going to say, okay, I get 100 gold now.
Yeah, you can see Lulu is 7-1, Urgot is 6-1, Mumu is 5-1. There's a lot of gold on these champions already. Half-Hearted doing his best, missing some Acid Hunters here and there.
Good
nice
Tibbers from Carnival. That's a flash Tibbers. Fancy Wolf comes with the EQ, but doesn't actually get a knockup. Shutdown goes onto Mumu there, and people stay off to the side. Miasma with a little bit of damage, but that neutralized on the windmill. Excuse me, that's actually going to be a capture now. Yes,
that is. It's a very strong play there by Carnival with the Tibber stun, showing that he is still a good good Tibber player. Solar Flare going down to Teo, getting dunked almost immediately by Fancy Wolf and Vi there with the follow-up. Very good communication between the teams there. Very nice job. I feel that It's Fast As Fun needs to itemize a lot of magic resistance here.
I don't know why people thought he could fight that.
Maybe he thought that Annie did not have as much damage as previously.
I think he thought that he could get an ult off, but I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, probably his ult is off cooldown. Baby Poop getting cut out in the jungle there. Zounds fighting him off. Meanwhile, Vi was able to pick up the Storm Shield. And again, they're just trying to keep control of the mid speed shrine that limits Clueless's ability to maneuver in the jungle, and it allows him to pick off somebody very effectively. Unfortunately, Carnival's ultimate is not up currently. Neither is Solar Flare. Nice dodge there by Zounds.
To be honest, I don't think they wanted to engage onto Leona. Even when you're... Well, it's 4v3, what am I saying? They wanted any engage they could possibly get, but Solar Flare comes down, and now Jarvan is almost here. Curses that mummy across. Leona goes down before Fancy Wolf can actually get in. A lot of damage from Carnival there. See if there's enough Taze here. Taze doing a lot of damage, gets exhausted by Fancy Wolf. Second time Cataclysm with him. They're knock up onto 3, but the shutdown onto Annie by Lulu there, and Fancy Wolf now is in the middle of 3, and he's going to go down. If he had been 2 seconds closer, that could have been amazing, but instead it's an ace in favor of Clueless.
Poor Parker's going down there to Nether Grasp and getting kited around by Voidlings. And again, you saw the Wombo combo that is in Clueless's favor in terms of ults. All 3 of Cassiopeia+Lulu and Amumu's ultimates all off cooldown just during that fight. Half-Heart still has his hyperkinetic position reverser up, so he can still become durable in the next skirmish that occurs. It looks like Hypefuels is trying to get caught out here. You can see some
he was trying to get caught out, but he might have been trying to bait for his team as they were coming in. Position reverser from Half-Heart is Fancy coming in for a little bit more CC, but Taze here, Taze a ton of DPS. High people to the opposite side getting a whole bunch of kiting down. Taze just putting all of the damage down that he could possibly want. Double kill so far, Bandit Toss comes in. Fancy Wolf gets dropped, and a double kill for Amumu also, I believe. And that's going to the windmill, once again recaptured by Clueless.
Taze Cassiopeia is actually extremely impressive. I think he realizes that Cassiopeia, out of basically any AP champion top lane, can actually forego cooldowns, because you just land a poison on somebody and then you spam Twin Fang, and Twin Fang, whenever it strikes a poison target, it goes on cooldown almost immediately. So it's a very nice job by Tegu realizing this and just itemizing pure damage. He's trying to go for the Wolglitz Witch Cap, because he is getting jumped on a lot, so that'll allow him to survive in team fights much more reliably, other than relying on his teammates to peel for him. It looks like Clueless is trying to maintain jungle control here, pressing out with the engage on with Baby Pop. Baby Pop splitting the front and back lines here.
That's really nice for him to hold the curse in Sun Mummy until his team was there. Cataclysm comes down. There's the curse now, but actually it's going to be Urgot going down almost immediately. Pays off the side. Good ult onto 3 there, but only got the stun onto 2. And Baby in the middle of everything, but Tay goes down. Peoples is probably going to fall also. And that fight was actually turned really, really well by 3v3.
Yeah, that was a very good job by It's Fast As Fun. They managed to pick off Urgot almost immediately. He couldn't even use his ultimate to become tanky. So they were able to get the kill and then sweep up the rest of the champions out there.
Tank gets actually movement speed from that Q. The stun does come from Fireball, but he is going to go down. So is Tibbers, and the quest objective does not go over. If is not a conqueror. They are not conquerors.
Poor Annie there. Almost takes out Cassiopeia with her damage, but not quite enough. Cassiopeia has completed Wolglitz's Witch Cap, which gave her a lot of damage and a lot of survivability in team fights where she gets dove. The neutralize at top lane, Fancy Wolf engaging almost immediately, taking out half of Half-Hearted's hit points, and Clueless look like they're just going to regroup back off here, wait for Baby Pop to re-engage. And we do see Fancy Wolf just taking tons of damage. And a pause almost immediately from Carnival as soon as poor Jarvan dies.
Yeah, so Fancy Wolf is already dead, but I believe that Half-Hearted is still actually knocked up from that. But hopefully it won't be too long a pause, as Annie's Tibbers is not available, so I don't know how they can get paused in the game.
Hopefully it's not too long.
But in any case, they got the quest, so that's some Nexus health removed, and they are holding on to 3 cap right now. It's Annie, Leona, and is there someone else here? I think there's someone else there.
Vi is still top.
Yeah, okay, so Vi is also still top. So they have 3 top right now, against 4, but they're holding the point. They might actually be able to. Let's see if they can dive.
Fancy Wolf does have revive, so we'll probably see that immediately popped, and then he'll jump up top lane. he should pop there. So he popped the revive. Hopefully he can regroup here. Looks like Clueless wants to engage this before that's possible.
Yeah, the Zenya's played off, and the ult comes down also. You know, great Zonya's Wukong by Tay when he goes down almost immediately after it's over. Half-Hearted is still alive somehow, and he's going to stay off the back of the fight, just getting damage from afar. Does go down to that Dragon Strike over from Jarvan there. People's now stuck and has no mana, and generally Lulu is very good at escaping, but now when she has no mana. In Bali, meanwhile, Kog'Maw actually managed to 1v1 Sauron successfully. Sauron did pop the revive. Zounds popped his own revive, rejoined the fight there. They picked up the windmill. They're going to pick up the drill now.
Very good job by It's Fast, It's Fun, using the revive of Jarvan to their advantage to pick up some double kills there. Zounds getting caught out.
Didn't get the neutral.
Almost getting the neutral. But forcing Sauron's revive is extremely strong there, as he's very civil games there.
And Zounds gets dropped. This is petrifying games on Kansas. Tay is actually really low right now. Needs to get out as fast as he can, but he's very good at kiting, and so he will have no problem with that spell. There's a little bit from that revolver, and gets the Ashes down. Cute double kill for Lulu actually. Peoples is so low on mana right now. Gonna try and pick up the mana from that relic before he tries to keep chasing Lulu. Or Annie, excuse me. And there is Annie, actually. I thought Annie was going to completely disengage, but the Whimsy polymorph and Baby gets the kill.
So it looks like a Parkhurst has basically taken control of bottom lane, tormenting Sauron with both his ultimate Arcane Barrage and Arcane Barrage. So Living Artillery and Arcane Barrage, dealing tons of damage to poor Sauron here. Parkhurst backing off, knowing that a gank is coming his way. So that's a very good for It's Fast, It's Fun. Parkhurst will draw a lot of aggro bottom lane. Half-Hearted getting caught out by Zound. Panzer's trying to follow up as best he can. Deciding to join up on Baby Pope with Fancy Wolf there. Shredding through the amount of armor. High People saying no to that. Trying to get the neutral off. Does get the neutral off. Looks like they're going to rejoin the fight here. Fancy Wolf getting dangerously low. Panzer is looking for an opening here. Solar Flare delaying for as much as possible, as well as Cataclysm. Unfortunately, both Jarvan and Leona go down, leaving Panzer streak here.
Meanwhile, Carnival is ganking bot lane, so they're actually going to be able to pick up the Boneyard, as both Amumu and Lulu are trying to stop the actual capture. So it was only a neutralize. So points are even right now. 2.5 cap apiece, 5 backdooring, but Fancy Wolf this entire game has been doing a really good job of getting EQs off onto like everyone, but there just hasn't been enough follow-up damage to make any of them really, really count.
I just think that the wombo combo of the ultimates from Clueless is far too much for Vi and Jarvan to survive. And we can see a little skirmish coming out from Carnival and Parkhurst there. Carnival going down to Lulu, and it looks like a Parkhurst is just going to get crushed by a two-man pile-up.
You could say that the ults are too jarring for them to survive.
Oh my god, that's a good one. You got to be kidding me about that pun. Looks like It's Fast As Fun takes out top for themselves, but Vi against two ranged champions, not a very good choice here. Nice pop-up. What was that? The Zonya is in mid-air, no damage dealt to Teu. Panzers must be really upset about that. Panzer from Panzer is dangerously low. It does not look like this is going to end very well for them.
Yeah, that was a double kill for Tay, and he's just starting to be so huge on Cassiopeia, and they're going to be able to capture the windmill. And actually, Peoples saw that there was a huge minion wave approaching the refinery, so he just said, okay, I'm just going to go run over the refinery and then pick up capture onto it. Bebe manages to get that kill. This is a 4.5 cap right now. Clueless.
Yeah, it looks like Zounds is trying to help a Parkhurst capture bottom lane again. Mogul Switch Cap going off. Sauron getting dangerously low, being picked up by Zounds there. Baby Pop trying to kill Parkhurst. Ultimate down by Baby Pop, shutting off a Parkhurst attack speed, or attacks. Zounds going dangerously low, taken out by Teu.
Oh!
It gets a surprise. Almost taking out Amumu, leaving Amumu with 36 hit points left.
Okay, exhausted right now by fans. Cassadin comes down. He actually missed that Q, but he's spell damage for a little bit. Oh my god, that would have been ridiculous, but the Golden Aegis came up from Jarvan, and that was enough burst to the field. But this is quite possibly game.
most likely they still have to recapture bottom, and then It's Fast as Fun has to make a play for one of the points. I don't think they have the damage for it. Carnival getting taught out by Sauron and Baby Puff, and that is probably going to be game there as they are now down a player. Zal's trying to make a play onto High Peoples. Halfheart is just kiting as best as he can with Urgot. Clueless just realizing they need to delay for a couple more seconds by trying to take Windmill out while his teammates delay this. Baby realizing, going top, trying to delay Vi. Vi is no longer capping. Meanwhile, the mid fight, Jarvan goes down. Zounds is trying to run for his life, goes down to Lulu, and Panzers did not get the neutralize off. So that will be game.
So GG, well played to Clueless, taking first place in Dominate Dominion number 79. Their second in a row, and I want to say their fourth out of the past 5 weeks.
That's a very good job by Clueless, just lining up those combos. Very skilled players in terms of just chaining the CC. So you had the Amumu ult to lock everybody in place, and then about a second or two later, you had the Cassiopeia ult go off, locking people in place again, and then Lulu would ult someone who's low in the fray, like Urgot or Cassiopeia, because Cassiopeia is getting jumped on by melee champions. So then the ramping growth popping up everybody.
Wild growth.
Wild growth.
Ramping growth is Zyra's W.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I knew it was like another Magic the Gathering term, but I couldn't figure it out. So you can see just their team composition in terms of ultimates just lined up really nicely, and it allowed them to win mid-game team fights really smoothly. There are several times where just Cassiopeia and Amumu would win team fights with their ultimates alone.
This is one of the most even damage dealt to champions distributions for the winning team that I've ever seen.
Wow, that is very impressive. Lulu out damaging Cassiopeia.
Yeah. Go figure.
And keeping up with Urgot is also impressive there. So very good job by High Peoples. So whenever you see High Peoples on the enemy team, you probably need to ban out Lulu now. Urgot, again, very strong champion. I feel like a lot of teams underrate him or just forget about him completely because he's so ugly.
He's pretty ugly.
I have a friend who refuses to touch Urgot, like doesn't own him. I'm like, I'll give you like one of the nice skins for him. He's like, nope, I refuse. So
you should gift him Urgot. Just gift him Urgot. It's the only solution.
I do recall that when I played on a team with, I forgot their name, it was like Carillion, Gali, a few others, Sakuri. I always felt like we forced Gali to play Urgot just because of how strong Urgot was, and to the point to where Gali would get sick of playing Urgot. So.
Alright, so that's it for today's Dominate Dominion number 79. Congratulations to Clueless on their first place victory, and congratulations to It's Fast as Fun on taking second place. And that is going to do it for the day. We're going to throw up one last commercial break. So please turn off your ad block. It helps support Dominate Gaming. Before we leave, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of things to shout out that Maloko Dude is going to type in the chat. If you're interested in signing up for next week, you can check out that link. There's an in-game chat channel. Actually, I'll go back to my client. Actually, I can't show up for my client. Alright, well, there's an in-game chat channel you can join if you're interested in hanging out with members of the Dominate Dominion community. Just go to chat rooms, view your chat rooms. Control panel is the title of that button. I had never read it before. And then just click the button, type in Dominate Dominion, no spaces. Go ahead, join that chat room. And again, if you're interested in signing up for next week's tournament, you can click that link that'll be posted in the Twitch chat by Maloko Dude. That'll be posted in the Twitch chat by Maloko Dude. It was recently. Alright. If you enjoy my casting, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/RheingoldRiver. And I have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RheingoldRiver also. And huge thanks to Nyx for casting with me today because Gander was unable to make it. And do you have anything on the internet that belongs to you?
I do not have anything on the internet. I used to be a streamer for Feedski. I've taken a leave of absence currently, just due to internet issues. But I would like to say thank you for allowing me to co-cast with you. It's been a very pleasurable experience for me. I'm a big fan of listening to you and Gander cast it up during Dominate Dominions, in which I'm not playing, so I'm not too busy concentrating on the game.
It was great to have you. Thank you for coming, and thank you all for watching. On behalf of myself, Dominique Gaming, Nyx, and everyone else here, thanks for watching. I will see you next week.